Hello and welcome to the Grand Prix podcast!
Woo!
Welcome to the most enchanted instalment of Formula One racing, where the ancient streets of Baku transform into something far more mystical than even Diagon Alley could conjure. Today we venture beyond the walls of Azkaban, I mean Azerbaijan, into the land of fire, which first burned brightly on the F1 calendar in 2016. Beyond the Caspian Sea, past historical castles, and in an old enchanted city, is where the most powerful racing wands in the world are about to be wielded in the ultimate battle for magical supremacy. But first, muggles, we must craft the perfect wand, one as thrilling and unpredictable as the king of the streets, the Baku circuit itself. Core ingredient number 1, McLaren's Championship Lightning, extracted from the very essence of Piastri and Norris's 7 magnificent 1-2 finishes. Our wand begins with the most volatile ingredient of all, Championship Lightning. Sourced directly from McLaren's titanic battle, where Oscar Piastri's 7 victories dance and Lando Norris's 5 wins like electricity crackling between wand tips. This magical essence could seal the Constructors Championship this very weekend, making it the earliest title victory in F1 history. But this track holds a dark spell that can cause teammates to battle to the limit and beyond. We saw this during the 2017 race when Red Bull drivers Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen collided on the main straight, forcing both cars to retire. If the McLaren boys can put on a big show and secure the 1-2, the championship could mysteriously vanish into the Woking team's trophy cabinet quicker than you can say Expelliarmus! Core ingredient 2, Red Bull's Phoenix Feather, plucked from Verstappen's resurrection at Monza. Next we add the rarest of magical components, a Phoenix Feather from Red Bull's stunning rebirth. After being over half a minute adrift in Baku last year, Max Verstappen conjured his first victory in 9 races at Monza, defeating the McLarens by a whopping 19 seconds. This feather carries the power of redemption, but beware, Phoenix magic is notoriously unpredictable. Will it ignite again in the castle walls of Baku, or will it remain dormant like a sleeping dragon? Core ingredient number 3, Antonelli's redemption dust, gathered from the young wizard's struggle against overwhelming expectations. Our third ingredient, redemption dust, shimmering with the hopes of the 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli. After Toto Wolff's quite harsh critique calling his Monza performance underwhelming, this magical dust carries the weight of the rookie's redemption to prove his worth. Like a young wizard facing his first Dementor, Antonelli returns to Baku, where he once claimed an F2 podium, seeking to cast away the shadows with his European struggles. Core ingredient number 4, Behrman's tightrope hair. Collected from a daredevil walking the finest line between glory and disaster. The most dangerous ingredient of all, tightrope hair from Ollie Behrman. With 10 penalty points on his licence, just 2 away from a racing ban. Every move this weekend is a death-defying act worthy of the most skilled acrobat in the wizarding world. One wrong spell, one miscalculated overtake, and banishment awaits. The very hair trembles with the tension of a wizard one mistake away from Azkaban itself. Core ingredient number 5, Chaos Crystal. Harvested from 8 years of Baku's most spectacular magical mayhem. Finally, we crown our wand with the legendary Chaos Crystal, forged from every dramatic moment in Baku's history, from the inaugural 2016 race where drivers played it safe, to 2017's absolute pandemonium, to last year's last lap collision between Sainz and Perez that sent sparks flying like broken wands. This crystal contains the very essence of Baku's dual nature, serene castle sections that suddenly explode into 300 km/h straight line madness. The complete wand awakens. Behold, as these 5 magical ingredients combine, we witness the birth of the most powerful racing wand ever created. A wand that channels McLaren's Championship Lightning, Red Bull's Phoenix Fire, Antonelli's Redemption Magic, Behrman's death-defying courage, and Baku's legendary chaos, all swirling together in the narrow castle streets before exploding down the endless straight like the most spectacular Patronus charm ever cast. So, grab your racing robes, polish your crystal balls, and prepare for a weekend where the only thing more unpredictable than a Quidditch match is Formula One Azkaban, the land of fire. Will McLaren cast the championship cinching spell? Can Verstappen's Phoenix rise again? Will Antonelli conjure his redemption? And will Behrman avoid the penalty point prison of Azkaban? All will be revealed in this magical instalment of F1 in Azkaban, the land of fire. Let the enchantment begin!
Damn.
Ooh, thank you.
That was very dramatic.
Thank you.
I like.
Thank you.
I love that you went for Harry Potter, and I love that the link just came top of your head. You were asking us this weekend, Azerbaijan and Azkaban. They sound the same, right?
Bro, I was struggling to come up with anything because, no disrespect for anyone that comes from Azerbaijan, apart from it being an F1 race there's not really much that I can do. They don't have a big series that has come worldwide to the UK that we've all watched. There's not many big brands that I know that come from Azerbaijan. I don't really know what they eat food-wise.
Yeah.
So I was struggling to find something that I can make it. And then I thought, Azkaban, Azerbaijan, they sound similar. Hello, intro.
Makes sense.
Harry Potter has castles. Azerbaijan has
And
castles.
British people in it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you remember one of our early episodes? Nev was talking about Azerbaijan, and I tried to correct her and say Beijing. You
Yes.
mean Beijing?
Oh my gosh, memory unlocked.
And you're like, no, Azerbaijan. And I'm like, it's Beijing. How are you saying it wrong?
I forgot about that.
But not only that, you interrupted her and said it in like the most gobshite way. You're like, you mean Beijing? wasn't even politely
I
done.
even posted it as like social club. God, that doesn't paint me in a bad light. It makes me look uneducated.
There's been a few things on this show that have done that.
We don't need to talk about that.
I'm right there with you.
You
sister.
brought it up.
Well, now I know what Azerbaijan is.
Congrats.
And I know what Azkaban is.
You knew that before. Unfortunately, you knew a fictional place more than a real place. Should we talk about qualifying?
Yes.
Because holy fucking shit. Thank God I'm not doing the roundups anymore.
That was
Yeah.
long.
yeah.
Very. We were sat outside of a coffee shop watching qualifying, and we ended up sitting there for about an hour and 45 minutes. It
Yeah.
took so long.
Yeah, I wanted to get shopping. It was longer than the last year's race.
Yes, which is crazy. A qualifying session lasting longer. I mean, for context, qualifying, the scheduling for it is 45 minutes long. So why it went on for longer than last year's race was just bizarre. But it was so chaotic. So many
was.
red flags, so many yellow
Yep.
flags. Like, I think there were 6 red flags in total.
6 red flags in one qualifying session, which is an F1 record. And the
Oh.
session nearly lasted 2 hours.
Oh my god.
I'm not surprised that that's a record.
Max Verstappen managed to get back-to-back poles.
Yeah.
So I need to remember that for when I'm doing my qualifying predictions, because Red Bull seem to be temporarily back, people.
Well, he's keeping the championship alive.
Thank God for Max Verstappen.
Not constructors, arguably, but he's keeping the drivers' championship alive because all he needs to do realistically is win every race now until the end of the year.
Easy.
Well, he's got 2 poles back to back, and he won last race, so it's very possible that he can win this race. And as we'll get onto, like the McLarens are so far behind that it's very possible.
That is true.
That's true.
Let's go through it. So, the major incidents that happened in Q1, there were 3 red flags in just Q1 alone.
Oh.
So, we had Alex Albon, who hit the wall at turn 1 and was out immediately with suspension damage.
Damn.
Yeah.
We had Nico Hulkenberg, who smashed into the turn 4 barrier head on and lost his front wing. He then drove over his own front
Yeah.
wing,
Yeah.
which is a bit... Those cars are so big and he couldn't have seen it, but it was very painful to watch it happen so slowly.
Because it would have damaged the bottom of his car.
Oh, he
as
would have
well.
heard that crunch.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Franco Colapinto lost the rear end at turn 4 and slammed into the wall.
Surprised nobody.
Yeah, he was in P16 and he was eliminated. Pierre Gasly also went into turn 4, the runoff area, in a separate incident. So we had lots of red flags. Then we went into Q2 and we had 1 red flag. Ollie Behrman hit the barrier at turn 2 exit and couldn't set a time. And then Lewis Hamilton was eliminated because he struggled all session and finished P12. Brackets, shocking, but not that shocking.
Yeah.
And then finally, Q3 mayhem, we had 2 red flags when we saw Charles Leclerc,
Charles Leclerc!
weirdly, your language that you speak gives you a rolling R and you were the only one that didn't do that.
Charles Leclerc.
Oh, you didn't do it then either.
Can you not roll your R's?
Oh,
Did I?
you're not doing it.
You
Okay.
did the bare minimum.
You got a lazy tongue, bruv.
You can't do it properly.
It's like you've got like a broken motor.
Go higher pitch.
What do you mean?
Like- There you go. You can do it at higher pitch. Now say sharp.
There's a French dog somewhere that's like, whoa, who said my name? Charles Leclerc hit the turn 15 barrier just as conditions started to deteriorate. Oscar Piastri had a major crash and smashed into the turn 3 barrier with under 4 minutes to go. So, whose crash were you surprised most by?
Ooh.
Obviously,
Sean.
Piastri.
Oh no, Piastri.
I asked that question laughing because I knew for some reason you wouldn't say
I'll be
Piastri.
honest, by the time it got past Q2, I wasn't really paying attention.
Your man's was in. Your man's was pole,
yes,
bro.
that's when I started paying attention. But the
Brilliant.
Max overtook him.
Well, yeah, but he's still starting P2
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, Tsunoda was like also high up in Q3.
Yes, very
And
true.
Lawson was P3.
Yep.
It's just a mess of a qualifying. Like, listen, I support my mans. Obviously, I want Sainz to thrive, but like he knows he doesn't really belong there. Like, I mean, like he must have some imposter syndrome. I think he knows deep down it's not his place.
But it is his place. What the fuck are you on about, you fucking idiot? That's just completely his place. He got it right, fair and square. Let's talk about it. Okay, so obviously the conditions started to change. Sainz was very clever, and Williams, they went out and set what we know as a banker lap. A banker lap, similar to if you've ever watched the show Weakest Link. Hello, Anne Robertson. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. You have to answer questions in a quiz style thing, and she has a no-nonsense attitude with the contestants. She doesn't like sass. Thank you very much. And as people will ask questions, they get it correct, they'll say bank, and it means that they bank their money in the bank and they don't lose their money for that round, because if you get an incorrect answer, if you haven't banked it, you lose it. Similar to that show that you've never fucking seen, and you have no clue where this is going.
Yep.
A banker lap in F1 is similar to cashing all your hopes of getting a good result early on in that session, so that if you get a red flag, or you have interchangeable conditions, or you have someone that crashes ahead of you so you can't complete your lap, you have to abort it, it means that you have it early. We have a banker lap. And I'll tell you what, Sainz doing that banker lap, when he did, was when the track was getting a lot of track evolution. Track evolution means when the track starts to ramp up, it rubbers in, lots of people going over the same racing lines, there's lots of nice grip, means that they have more confidence coming into the corners, they feel like they can attack the streets of Baku, and he just got it right at the right moment, got that very fast lap in, and then what started to happen?
Started to rain.
Started to rain, which means that the track then became slippery and greasy and yucky and not great to drive on, and no one could go faster than him. So fantastic fucking timing. That's like dream timing you could ever ask of. And they had the same thing with Kevin Magnussen and Haas. He just happened to get to bank a lap in at the right time. Then the heavens opened, started raining, and he got pole in a Haas. So you never know. But it was Max Verstappen that stormed to victory after Oscar Piastri had the most random crash ever. That's got to be one of his biggest mistakes qualifying-wise I've seen in a very long time. Maybe all season.
But, I mean, it was a dreadful session for Ferrari overall. Yes. Lewis out in Q2, Leclerc crashes in Q3.
The only thing that they can take stock from is Lewis would have been like, fuck, I'm an idiot, that was bad, I'm so slow. And then as soon as he saw his teammate crash, he would have been like, okay, not that bad. You know, that would have the only boost for him.
At least I have it.
The top 10.
Yeah.
No, but at least he didn't give the engineers more work to do.
Exactly. The engineers could go home on time. They'd say, listen, he's a slow motherfucker, but at least the car's intact. Whereas the other side of the garage, like, he was trying to be fast, but he binned it. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. Q1, Ferraris looked really quick. Free practice 1, 2, and 3, they all looked really pacey. Lewis seemed very buoyant. Same script, different weekend. He comes in after a bad weekend looking to find some good momentum. Ferrari are starting to say positive things. The timing sheets are looking really good. They go into qualifying. Everyone's saying that Ferrari's been hot all weekend. They start doing Q1. They're putting in fantastic laps. They're right on the pace. Q2 happens. Nothing.
Well, I mean, both
Nothing.
of you put Ferrari in your qualifying predictions.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like neither for Lewis or for Leclerc didn't work. And then I stuck with the McLarens and Max because I'm like, okay, of course it's going to be another weekend where they're all winning because it's just predictable at this point. And I'm learning we need to start going rogue.
Yeah.
I was going to go,
qualifying
I should have gone more
predictions.
rogue. I was thinking about going rogue, but I was like, no, people will see it on social media. So
But I didn't think it was going to be that chaotic and that
Yeah.
mixed. But I've run some numbers, girlies.
Ooh.
And I think it's about time that Ferrari start doing a good deed for the fans of Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the average cost of therapy for a year in Italy is £4,500
Okay.
if you're going weekly.
Okay.
But realistically, there's only 24 races in a year,
Yeah.
so fortnightly should do it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So that's about £2,500
Yeah.
for a year's worth of therapy.
Yep.
Now, in Italy, there are 27.5 million people who are fans of Formula One, and of those, 76.5% are Ferrari fans.
Yep.
So that works out to about 21 million Ferrari fans.
Yep.
And I think that if Ferrari are so adamant to not make any big changes to improve their championship standings, then perhaps they should start funding therapy for all of those, for all of the tifosi out there.
They're helping fund the economy with the
And
amount
it
that
will-
they're paying into therapy.
And for fortnightly therapy for those 20 million fans, it will only cost them £50 billion a year.
50 billion? They wouldn't even be able to make the level of poo car they're making now if they did that. Cost cap here. No, it's not a good look for
Oh, you're
Ferrari.
Australian.
Huh?
You went Nora.
Oh no, I didn't. There's no way.
You went Australian.
There's no way I
You're
did.
channeling a Piastri. Nora.
Impressions were last week.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, good night. Let's do it. Okay, I think that today I'm predicting there's going to be even more chaos. Because we had some stars of qualifying. Liam Lawson, P3. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Hello. Fantastic fucking performance in the race.
Both of our guys, like,
Yes.
side by side,
Oh
doing
my
well. Look at
God,
us. Should
but
we high
mine's higher
five?
than yours.
Okay, fuck you.
She put her hand out to high five, you're a dick.
Just wanted to one up her.
The Mercs, Kimi Antonelli starting P4.
That
Yeah.
redemption dust is doing
I
bits.
was going to say the redemption feather. And George Russell lining up P5. But the disappointments were Fernando Alonso P11, just missed out on the Q3 cut. Lewis Hamilton P12. And both of our championship protagonists, Piastri and Lando, they are starting 7th for Lando and 9th for Piastri.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
I mean, they've got a rocket ship, so they'll be able to move up the field quick. But
I'd
still,
like to apologise for last week saying that it would be easy for for McLaren to win the championship
Yeah.
because they ruined it for themselves.
Yeah. Well, it might still happen.
Yeah,
There
one
was-
of
there were
those
5
5
scenarios.
scenarios
Yeah.
might still happen.
Yeah.
Those 5 scenarios, though, I would argue required at least one of them to be on the podium.
That is true. No, one of them was 4th and 5th.
Oh, well, there
Yeah.
you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe.
Another person I'd like to shout out from qualifying, Yuki Tsunoda. Managed to
Yes.
get P6.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. So in our own way...
What was he
even-
having for breakfast?
Weetabix.
Ah,
Yeah. Not fucking true. It's ironic, really, because I'm saying, like, oh my god, yeah, it's a really shaken up grid. A Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda is in P6. That's probably where he should be qualifying, but that is not where he usually qualifies. So good on Yuki Tsunoda. Red Bull seems to be very strong at this track, which is exciting. I have a feeling that if Max Verstappen is out in front, I think that traditionally with the races he's won, he's either been able to overtake very early and then scamper off in the lead, or if he's in the lead, he's able to scamper off early on and make it stick. So we'll see.
I suspect that Sainz and Lawson aren't going to put up a fight for taking the lead in the first corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they're going to be counting their blessings for where they are and not trying to, like, over-egg the pudding.
Yeah,
I think
you've
they'll
got to play it
be
safe.
like, yeah, I'm going to protect my car with everything that I can, not cause any damage to it, and hope that somehow I can maintain this position.
Yeah, just keep doing laps, hope no one fucking sees me, and I'll just keep
Yeah,
going. And hopefully they'll think I'm
I'm
just
just
lapped.
going to mind my business here.
Ask the marshals, can you just wave some blue flags so they think I'm a lapped car? I'll just finish nice and quietly. But you know, the good saying, Reem, I'll start it and you finish it. To finish first,
You have to get points.
that's not, no. To finish first,
Oh, you have to finish.
take it out of context, wild. First, you must finish.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, but
You took all the pizzazz out
Yeah,
of it.
You
did.
must finish.
Okay, what about this one? I'll start it, you finish it. Points mean...
Prizes.
Atta girl. There
Thank
we go.
you.
Okay, in that case, shall we head to Azerbaijan, the land of fire?
So we didn't go to Azerbaijan. We went to the F1 arcade.
Hell yeah,
Yes.
we did. We via a what's that thing that fucking Hagrid makes them ride?
Oh, the sidecar in his motorbike.
The ostrich.
Oh,
It wasn't ostrich.
no.
Buckbeak. We
That.
flew via Buckbeak straight over to the F1 arcade. Buckbeak,
swear we're
that was
cool.
his name.
Okay, F1 arcade.
Yeah.
We went last year as well. We went
Yes.
for the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
For my
And-
birthday.
Yes, and we were there at 5 a.m.
Yes.
Which was an experience.
Yeah.
It's fun, but also please introduce.
All right, Sabrina.
Please introduce headphones, the type that you get like in museums when you're going on tours and stuff, and you get headphones so you could listen while you watch the art or whatever. Please introduce that to the F1. Please introduce that to F1 Arcade, because I could not hear the commentary whatsoever, and I was confused for about 60% of the time.
It's very overstimulating.
Yeah, too many people.
Too many men, too many men.
There's too many men. We need some more girls in here.
I don't know this song.
All right.
There were also too many iPad grown men. Like iPad kids, but they were grown men. Like
What, the waiters that were taking our orders?
No, as in
They had iPads.
no, I mean like grown men going to play on the simulators, but just spending like a whole hour just sat in one of the simulators.
There was some F1 simulator hogging going on.
Yes.
And
it's meant to be a one race and you're off kind of system.
And if it's not too busy, you can stay on if you had a fun time, and there's loads of other free, you can stay on for a few more. But there was definitely some people that like I feel like their partners and the friends that had gone with them were just like passing them drinks to sip.
Yeah.
Like they were an actual athlete, which is quite funny.
And there was this one guy, and it just made me laugh so much. He was with a partner, and she was basically sat at the table the entire time, and he was sat in his sim race car the entire time.
Yep.
They were so separate from each other, but I looked over at him and he'd selected pro, because you can select the level that you play as. Obviously, we all selected pro because we're pros.
Yeah, we all
rookie.
won as well.
I selected rookie.
We should fucking didn't say.
Oh yeah, no, I selected pro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We all won, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But he selected pro, and then like within the first 10 seconds crashed, and it was like, just play at the level you actually are, and you might enjoy it a bit more, because he was raging.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend looked like she was babysitting him.
Yeah.
However, thank you to the man that rage quit after he crashed, because it gave us a chance to have a go. My man crashed into the barriers and said, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm not getting paid by Red Bull to drive this shitty car. I'm off. So he went off, and that was that. But the fucking collective sound when they cut to Piastri just in the wall.
It was hilarious.
Like encrusted in the wall. Like a diamond in a ring.
Yeah.
He was in the wall. He was living in the wall. And I didn't see that happen whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was so random.
Just literally just randomly cut to it
Yeah.
at one point.
I didn't see him because apparently he jumped the start, which then meant he went into anti-stall and then trundled right down to the back of the grid and then ended up going way too hot into the corner and crashed right into the barrier. I saw none of that. At all. I don't know if it was the excitement. There was a lot going on, as we've said. It was quite overstimulating. There's people bringing drinks and food, and there was people chatting and talking and laughing and whatever going on. I did not see Piastri in all that chaos, and suddenly he was just in the wall.
Yeah,
it was so random.
And you hear a collective, oh,
yeah. But the fun part was that everyone did it at different sort of octave range. It sounded like a choir of shock.
But I mean, that's like with the lap 1 and lap 2 crashes or, DNFs or whatever, they're so entertaining because they have a very exciting start to the race, but at the same time so frustrating because it takes a while for the screen to show where everyone is at, what order they're in. It took them a while to replay that clip of Oscar crashing. So we realized that he crashed, but we didn't see it until about 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
So it gets very annoying to watch, but then you end up getting to understand it.
That was definitely quite a jaw-dropping moment because we've started to know Piastri as someone that is very cool, calm, collected, rarely makes mistakes. Yeah, very on it. Is able to manage his tyres, is able to do good strategies, able to pull off fast laps, is able to be consistent when he's leading, pull off good overtakes. He's kind of a complete package, well beyond his racing years in Formula One. And he's taken on every race weekend with a bound in his step. But is always very like, I'm great, cool, whatever. You've even criticised him before for not giving much emotion. He's just very contained. The only time we've seen him do a mistake that I can think of is Australia, when he went off onto the grass when it was very tricky conditions. It was wet and greasy and yucky.
Maybe brake testing Max Silverstone?
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think he would see that as a mistake.
No, I mean, his argument was like, I was doing that every other lap and now suddenly I'm penalised for it. But okay. In terms of it being like an outright crash, we haven't seen that. And having it on qualifying is like, okay, you've binned it, and that's fine because you're P9, but you also have the most fantastic car of the season, so you can make it. You're Oscar Piastri, you can do this. To bin it again the next day after the car's been rebuilt and the engineers would have spent fucking ages trying to get that sorted, and then it's done. That's it. And you know you're in a championship fight. Yes, he had a big buffer, but you don't create big buffers just to get them to be disappearing out of nowhere. You create them so you can continue to lead that championship. So it sort of thought, okay, enter Norris.
Yes.
Enter Lando.
Well, I was...
It didn't work, did it?
No, I mean, with Piastri, he made a dumb mistake and he DNF'd, and that's not great. And that's definitely, like, that could be prick behavior. But I think I'm more pissed off at Norris than I am at Piastri with this race.
Okay, break it down.
Because I think Norris had the perfect opportunity in this race to narrow down the championship between him and Piastri if he would have won it, or at least would have gotten on podium. This is the perfect opportunity because Piastri is getting 0 points and he could have easily gotten 25 points by winning. That would have created like a 6-point gap between them. But Norris had a really bad race.
He was still paying for the fact that he qualified not so well as well.
I think come on, like he had, who did he have in front of him? It was like Tsunoda, Antonelli, Lawson, Sainz. He could have gone past them. I think he could have put in a bit more effort, and I think he just fucked it this race. Piastri crashing. It's like, yes, this happens. It's happened with so many of the other drivers on the grid. It's happened with Norris before. It's happened with Leclerc, with Lewis, with Max as well. Shit happens, right?
Yeah.
Norris having a bad race, that's on him. That's just poor performance.
Well, he's managed to take 6 points out of his deficit to Piastri, so he's now only 25 points behind compared to 31 before he came into this race. So he's done a little bit.
He's done a little bit, but I mean, if, for example, we go to Singapore and he's able to overtake Piastri for the lead and Piastri's in P2.
Wow, look at that. Just straight up assumption that he won't qualify ahead.
But my point is... But my point is that, okay, if where they normally are in terms of their pace, they are normally 1 or 2, let's be honest, unless Max is on this fantastic form currently. They've been jostling between 1 and 2s for God knows how long now. 25 points is the points you get if you score first. 18 points is what you get if you come second. So that's a 7-point deficit. So he's done less than that. And you'd hope that if your teammate is out of the race, that you can maximise that. Yeah. And if we look at the final, podium, we had a fantastic race at the end of this. However, there was a lot of people out of position, and you'd expect that, okay, fine, they're out of position, and it creates a very exciting grid.
Pickings.
Yeah, exactly. You should be able to just pick them off easy peasy. The Ferraris were trundling around. They weren't really in that race. They were trying to say during the first 10 laps or so they were really hot on it, and they were did fantastic. Charles overtook Lando, and Lewis was trying to do the same, but they weren't hot on the pace. The Ferraris weren't charging through at rate of knots and was showing, okay, they're going to be on the podium today. I don't know. I felt like maybe that car just wasn't as lightning quick as we've known it to be, because Lando made it look like it was a lot of work. Because we're so used to seeing that car dominate, it was quite weird to see one's binned it and the other one's struggling to get a podium. It was really strange. For the championship, for the excitement, I wanted to see Lando charged all the way up to the back of Max and see those two battle it out, because even if he got second, that would have been fantastic.
Well, I mean, each team and each driver is held up to a different standard. I think with Piastri and Norris, the standard currently this season is P1 and P2.
Yeah.
Or at least both of them on podium, P2 and P3.
Or at least one of them on podium.
Yes, exactly. That is their standard. Ferrari, for example, their standard is making it to the top 10 at this point. But with the midfield teams, if they make it, at least 1 point within the top 10, if they manage to get 1 point, Gabriel Bortoleto getting like P9, for example, that is worth celebration because that is their standard. And I think McLaren, both drivers, just didn't meet the standard for today at all.
Well, if we look at Max Verstappen, he's
keeping that championship alive.
Yeah, he is 69 points off Oscar Piastri. And that sounds massive, and it is. But 2 races ago, the gap was 104. So he's managed to bring it down from 104 to 69 points with 7 rounds left of the championship. And that Red Bull is looking very handy.
Yes.
Under the guise of Max, obviously, who's able to master it.
Sonoda didn't look too bad either.
No, he didn't. True. It's very interesting how quickly things can change in the world of Formula One.
Yeah.
But I think if Piastri has made a rare mistake this weekend, well, on Saturday and Sunday, I don't know that we're going to see that happen again. I feel like that might be a bit of a flash in the pan. So I don't think that Lando should be resting on his laurels thinking he'll have another opportunity.
Yeah.
Because if Piastri can sniff a victory or a podium, he's going to go for it. So it's not over yet.
But next race is Singapore, and it's, just as tight and squirmy as Baku is.
Yeah, true.
And
a lot of concentration needed for that.
Yeah, and also the fact that, as we saw last year, it gets so hot there, and it's like a very physically draining and demanding race for the drivers as well. He's obviously got the next week off, no races, and then he's going into it, so he has plenty of time to reset his mentality and stuff.
Yeah.
But he made essentially the same mistake 2 days in a row here.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he wouldn't make the same mistake in Singapore as well. If maybe that's his weakness.
That is very true. Very, very true. I think it's more of a headline because it's so uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
If this happened for someone else on the grid, it might not have been as big of a talking point. But because it's Oscar, it feels like Lando has been played by silly mistakes and errors under a lot of pressure, whereas we really haven't seen that from Piastri whatsoever.
Yeah.
Seeing it from him today, it was just so random. It was at the back of the grid and he just went in straight too hot for trying to get one overtake done. And I think he was obviously thinking like, fuck, I need to make up some places quick, and just completely misjudged it.
Yeah.
However, he was handed a podium. He wishes. He was handed a penalty. He got a 5-second time penalty for a jump start because he moved from his 9th place grid position before the lights went out, which meant that his car then went into anti-stall mode and dropped him right to the back of the field. But he then had his race end when he crashed at turn 5. So he retired from the race. As we saw, he was sitting with the marshal's phone propped up with his legs up on the side, watching the race cars go by.
One to add to the yearbook with the pictures of Lewis and Norris and Leclerc.
There's like a deeper sort of look into how we see ourselves as society, where the cars were directly behind him, but he was watching the screen the whole time. Like, fans would pay thousands to watch that view. He couldn't serve his 5-second time penalty during his pit stop, which is what Fernando Alonso did later in his race, who got done for the same penalty, which raised a lot of questions about whether he'd get a grid penalty for the next race in Singapore, which obviously, unfortunately, some sickos, me, are sort of rubbing their hands together thinking, oh my God, that would be exciting going into it. Yes. I mean, no. But according to F1 guidelines for penalties and points, in cases where there is a single 5-second penalty which a driver is unable to serve due to retirement, the stewards will not convert that into a grid penalty for a subsequent race. However, if there were multiple penalties, they could convert them into a grid penalty. Since Piastri only had one 5-second time penalty, the stewards won't impose a grid penalty for Singapore.
Oh.
The guidelines was established in consultation with the teams before the season. Officials aren't expected to overrule it.
Right, okay. Do you think, I mean, you can explain it to me because you know the sport more, but is that fair when you look at, for example, when Lewis DNF'd at Zandvoort and then he went into the next race to Monza with a 5 grid penalty?
Yeah.
Is that fair when you look at Piastri being let off?
Yeah, why did that happen then?
I don't know. I've seen it on an article and I don't know why he's not getting a 5-second time penalty. I'm a bit confused.
I feel like he should.
I feel like he should too.
Definitely should,
because
then.
it's not fair for one driver to get that and another one not to. I mean, I don't know if it's maybe because he's in the championship and they don't want to give him
maybe
one.
They
but
want it to be exciting, but I think it would be more exciting if he did get it.
Yeah,
let's be
I
honest.
think so too.
And it's not like it's done whether it be exciting or not. If he hasn't been able to serve the penalty, it should transfer over to the next race. But I saw an article saying exactly this, which is that he won't have to serve it.
He got the penalty after he was caught going too fast under double-waved yellows on the lap to the grid at the start of the race.
I would love to be able to explain to people why that is the case. That doesn't make any sense to me.
That makes no sense at
What
all.
I'm seeing on the FIA Twitter page is there's the report about Piastri getting the 5-second penalty, but there's no official statement about him not having to serve it for the next race.
I'm looking at Autosport from 6 hours ago, why Piastri won't serve a grid penalty in Singapore. I'm looking at Racing News 365, why Oscar Piastri avoids Singapore grid penalty. I'm looking at The Race, why Piastri escapes Singapore grid drop for unserved penalty. I'm looking at motorsport.com, why Oscar Piastri won't serve grid penalty in Singapore. All of these articles are coming up with it.
So a quote from the stewards regarding Lewis's Monza penalty says that the penalty guidelines for such an infringement would ordinarily attract a penalty of 10 grid positions at the next race. However, given that the driver had made an attempt to reduce his speed and to brake earlier, we took that into account as mitigating circumstances and imposed a 5 grid place penalty.
I wonder if just because
Because of the crime, that is...
that they decided to reduce, that was a reduced sentence for him.
Maybe it's because the normal penalty for that is it's investigated after the race and it's not normally a time penalty, it is normally a grid penalty.
Yeah, probably just a larger offence, because that double wave yellow is very serious. That's to do with safety, whereas a jump start is more of a lasting advantage. So maybe that's why they let him off, because he ultimately didn't finish the race anyway. So do they just wipe the slate clean? But for the drama of it all, I was kind of hoping for the fanfare of maybe a 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the maniacal part of my brain that's popping out.
And nothing against Oscar at all, just for the drama, you know. It's the drama, Mick. I love it.
It's all the drama, Mick. Would you like to talk about your mans?
Yes.
Would you like to do a heartfelt tribute to him as he gets his first podium with his Williams team after what's, let's be honest, quite a difficult season?
I feel like it's going to be very cringe, but sure.
You don't have to if you don't care about your mans. It's up to you.
Dear Carlos Sainz. Okay, now I need to get serious.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because he might listen to this, obviously.
He
it's
will.
Not like he has a girlfriend or
He's your
anything.
partner, so.
Yeah. Dear Carlos Sainz.
Pause, do you call your partner just their full name?
Dear...
Sweet Cheeks. Sweet Cheeks Sainz.
What's like a Spanish pet name?
Mi amor.
Mi amor. Mi amor Sainz. I just wanted to say that I apologize for doubting you in the past.
Oh.
I always praised you and praised the effort and the work that you put into the sport. But lately, you have had some disappointing turns. But congratulations for making it up with this race, for putting in all of your hard work and effort and making it to the podium. I am very proud of you, and I think you should be proud of yourself.
Wow. I don't want to put a dampener on things, but when I meant like a tribute, I sort of meant like just explaining like the hardship he's been through and how fantastic it was. And you,
I thought you
sort of done an open love letter, which I didn't ask you to do.
you wanted. I was a bit confused.
Yeah, you should have made it entirely romantic for
Could
no
you not
reason.
have corrected me when I started with Dear
No, we
Carlos
wanted to
Sainz?
see where you were going to
I
go.
was sort of encapsulated in the love story that was you and Sainz.
Oh, okay. Well, he's had a shit few races and now he's turned it around. And yes, it was under circumstances that made it easy for him to get on pole. Well, not pole, but he made it on second in qualifying. But despite that, he managed to keep that position in the race.
Yeah.
Which I think that was the difficult part. Qualifying is something, getting to actually keep that place is something else. Yes, he went down one place, George Russell made it to second and he finished in third, but finishing in third is amazing, considering behind him there was Antonelli, there was Lawson, there was Lando, so... I'm very, very proud of Sainz, and I think he's done the Williams team very proud.
He's actually described this podium as the best podium of his career.
Oh, damn.
That's wholesome. And James Vowles has said that he's going to hold this one dear, and he said, this one will stay with me forever. This wasn't luck. This was him driving his socks off all weekend.
Oh,
I mean, it really was. You
yeah,
can't
it
take
really
it.
was.
You know, I think the one thing that we saw was Lawson and Sainz didn't just get overtaken from the get-go. They held onto those positions. And I think
They lost it in the pits.
Yes, they did. But I'm saying that like they didn't just get past easily. Like they were in the wrong part of that grid. They were able to hold station.
Yeah.
And Sainz was clean, consistent. He was pacey.
Yeah.
And I think he entirely deserved that podium. He's fantastic. This is a man that was in Ferrari last year. He was completely uncertain about his future, and he drove the living daylights out of that Ferrari. And the fact that he missed out on being able to drive for a top team and had to settle for Williams, let's call it what it is, you settled for Williams. However, I think he's in with a fantastic team that's moving completely in the right direction. And let's not forget as well, this is a team that's focusing on 2026 now.
Yeah.
And they've managed to get P2, which is awesome. But he was saying, honestly, I cannot describe how happy I am and how good this feels. It tastes even better than my first podium that I did, which was in Brazil 2019 for McLaren. And it's a breakout moment for both Williams and also Sainz,
Yeah.
because for Sainz, it was his first trip to the podium since Abu Dhabi 2024, which would have been his last race with the Scuderia.
Yeah.
And it is the first podium for Williams since Belgium 2021.
Oh, wow.
Which marks a huge progress for both Carlos on his personal journey venturing into a new team and Williams' ultimate goal to ascend back up to the top, which they've had fantastic history in the sport. And they haven't always been a midfield team or a team at the back. They have been right at the forefront of technology and winning titles. So I think it was fantastic. And everyone clapped. Do you remember at F1 Arcade?
Yeah.
Everyone clapped. It was one of those ones where the Max fans all clapped for Max, but everyone seemed really happy when Carlos crossed the line.
I mean, what you say about the team doing this and the team focusing on 2026 is very obvious that it comes down to the team principal as well, which is James Vowles.
Yeah.
And I will say, when we were at the F1 Arcade, we went around and just to gather some social clips and we were asking people to create their F1 fantasy team that will be coming out on socials soon.
No sneak peeks, apart from the one you're about to say.
But I will say a significant amount of people chose James Vowles as their ideal team principal because they believe in his vision. And I think he's doing great. I think the Williams team is doing great overall.
I think he's got a fantastic way of managing his team. And I've said it before on the pod, but I still love the fact that he joined Williams and said, break everything.
Yeah.
And he didn't mean, breaking monitors and the shit. That would be crazy. But he means as in, companies all over the world essentially sort of they start doing things because they started doing it this way years before, and even though the personnel has changed and the landscape of what you're working on has changed, you kind of stick to these stupid routines that don't really make any sense. And he basically was like, if you can change it and break it and do it differently, let's do it. And he said that he was constantly getting bombarded by people in Williams saying, but we've always done it this way. And he's like, good, we're not going to do it like that anymore. And I think that philosophy has probably come from his time in Brawn and Mercedes, where he's worked with people that think that way, which is, if we can make it better and streamline it, let's do that. And he said that he was able to change the layout of communication, the way that departments within Williams all worked together in the factory, and people from the PU units to over to the chassis side, the way they interacted with one another. He was like, this needs to be a fluid system. You guys need to be working better together. All of those small little changes seems to have started, to show on track. So I can see where people are rooting for James and would want him as their team principal, because I think he's fab. So I'm excited for 2026.
And not to say that the Belgium 2021 podium that they got wasn't like a legit podium, but it was also like not a proper race. Oh. And, Williams at the time were not competitive, were not in podium scoring, weren't in point scoring positions, but the qualifying, it started raining, so it meant that he had like a mixed order. George put in a lap before the rain really kicked in, which meant that this is when George was racing for Williams before he moved to Mercedes, which meant that he was able to qualify high up. And then the race basically didn't properly start because it was just raining so heavily.
Oh my God, it was biblical. It was just non-stop. Yeah, it was like people
were floating rubber ducks on the track, and they were just like gliding along, swimming.
Everyone in the crowd looked drenched and miserable. Signs were dribbling down with all their the Sharpie pens they use were dribbling, and people's umbrellas looked soaked. He was dribbling. He loves the rain. That one, like an old dog.
But like they didn't properly race. They did 2 laps behind a safety car in the qualifying order, and then they only awarded half points for it. So not to like undermine that, but like I'm not saying this to put that podium down, but to raise this one up. Like this was a full race, a full proper qualifying session, a full proper race, full points awarded. This means a lot more and is so much more hard work has gone into this podium.
Yeah, that's very true. A lot more uncertainty of a full race distance to have to go through, whereas, as you're right, it was a controlled race behind a safety car for 2 laps. I mean, bless George Russell, when he got there, he was in tears. He was genuinely so emotional because he'd done it all on Saturday, and people call him Mr. Saturday. He's very good in qualifying, but he knew, this is going to be a big challenge. Whatever I can do, I'll try. But he didn't have to do it.
So he was blessed that day.
He was blessed, and and as well, people said in the day, like, you can't take away from that podium because he did it all on Saturday, and that's the name of the game. And if you look at someone like Piastri or Lewis, this weekend, it shows. Piastri matters. Why was I about to say Piastri matters? Qualifying matters. Your results matter. And if you don't do it on Saturday, you've got it all to do on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was fantastic.
Speaking of George, I will have to say something because I do want to speak about Mercedes as well. But with George Russell, I have to admit, I've been undermining him.
Would you like to do a tribute / love letter for him now?
Yes.
Baby, and now on to you, baby. I've been undermining you.
I mean, like the last 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, but like the last few races, when you guys have said your qualifying and race predictions, you've tended to put Russell in there, or like at least one of you would put Russell
Part of the
in there.
conversation, at least.
Yeah. With me, I'm like, I just never consider Russell for some reason. But like, he's actually been doing really great. I mean, he got P2 today. Last race, he finished in 4th. He's the only other driver other than Norris, Piastri, and Max to win a race this season.
Which you were shocked about when you learned that, despite watching the race.
Yeah, because I forget about him. And I'm now recognizing that that's wrong. I shouldn't undermine not Piastri.
Oh my God,
You've forgotten about him again.
Shouldn't undermine Russell. Anyway, dear George Russell.
I'm sorry, he's just a bit forgettable. Piastri, I mean, Russell is really...
You cut off my letter.
Sorry, carry on with the letter.
Dear George Russell, I apologise for undermining you for so many races and forgetting that you're a driver sometimes. I applaud you for getting P2 this race, and I promise to put you in one of my qualifying or race predictions in the future, because you know what? You are a great driver.
You said a really important word there.
Driver.
Predictions. Fucking driver.
Shitty segue with driver.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Can we talk about predictions, please?
Yes.
Because I only want to talk about this because I did so well.
Oh, no, because you want to gloat?
Yeah.
No, let's talk about Mercedes more.
No!
I really want to be on your side. But what predictions did you think she was talking about?
No, I wanted to talk about predictions, but I forgot it's because you wanted to gloat.
I got 3 out of 4 correct.
Queen's like, nah, nah, nah.
Excuse me, back to me. It's all about me. I got 3 out of 4 predictions correct.
And you got a shout out on TikTok.
Yes.
Why did I say that like I was 85?
TikTok.
Vindication. So I predicted Max to win.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mm-hmm.
I predicted George Russell to finish second.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mm-hmm.
And I foolishly predicted Lando Norris to finish in P3. Sainz. Dear Sainz, I am so sorry.
Oh, good God, we can't do this again.
But my wildcard prediction, I predicted that Oscar Piastri would DNF.
Yeah.
So his little
You are the
incident...
curse.
Oh.
You cursed him.
You manifested it.
Yeah, I did.
You conducted dark magic under the Dark Lord, and you made him DNF like Negroni. No, that's not what that was. Nagini. Attack.
Yeah, as soon as the lights went out, I just went, oh,
Yes.
took out Piastri.
Everyone at the F1 arcade was really upset.
Should we do a round of applause for now? I got 2 out of 4 correct.
All right, which ones did you
I said Max was going to win.
get? Ding, ding, ding.
I said Piastri would get P2.
Wah, wah, wah.
I said Norris would get P3.
Wah, wah, wah.
And then my wild card was Tsunoda will finish in the top 10.
Ding, ding, ding.
Woo!
That's not that impressive.
Hey,
You
it's
got
2
one,
out of 4.
Is
Did
you got
I?
1 out of 4?
No, that's
You got
not true.
Max winning.
I predicted that Max Verstappen would win.
Ding, ding, ding.
I predicted that George Russell would come
No.
second.
No, you didn't.
I predicted
No.
that
You didn't.
Carlos Sainz
No.
would finish third,
No,
and
you
my
didn't.
wild card was that Kimi Antonelli would finish fourth. And I also predicted that he'd finish 21.7 seconds behind Max.
No.
Ding, 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 ding.
So
Ding,
your actual prediction
No.
was Norris would be P2.
Stop
Boo.
Stop that.
That George Russell would be P3.
Stop.
Boo.
Down
And that there will be more than 2 safety cars within the race. Boo.
down there. No, stop that.
Loser.
There's no fucking need for that. Well, can we talk about Mr. Haji the Cute?
Yes. Andy the cute.
He finished in P10 today.
No, sorry. No. He finished in P10. Where's Lawson's applause?
I thought you were correcting her, and I'm like, she said Peter.
I thought that too, and I was like, hello.
Lawson qualified so well, and he finished ahead of Hadjar. We should be praising him. Why have we gone straight to Isaac Hadjar? He got one singular point.
It was just an umbrella. I just want to talk about the Red Bull family, actually. We could talk about either of them.
Okay, start with Lawson.
Do you want to start with Lawson?
No.
Would you like to do an open letter to
If anyone
Liam
has another
Lawson?
fucking love letter to a driver that doesn't know that, I swear to God.
Come on, I got to do one for my mans. Although yours is a bit creepier, he's young.
Excuse me?
Why are you sounding so joyful about that?
He's still legal.
Why are you saying it like that? It's disgusting.
All right, go on, Iz.
I'd like to talk about Liam Lawson and Isaac Hadjar and Max Verstappen and Yuki Tsunoda.
Okay.
Just so no one can fucking come at my throat, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I was living my life and I looked on X, which I don't stand, but I need to get info for you guys, so just don't talk about it that much. And I was seeing something that was saying that Hadjar is pretty much signed the deal, ready to join Red Bull in the big team next year. I know.
No.
Okay. They're basically saying that Red Bull, we don't need to rush into driver decisions, given all its current scenarios, are covered under contract, and that they kind of hold all the cards in this critical F1 2026 driver decisions, and that they're in no rush to finalise the 2026 lineup. And they still have quite a few weeks to make a decision on who will partner Max Verstappen next year, and there's no immediate pressure to bring up the lineup. So it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. They're kind of taking their sweet motherfucking time before they announce who's going to be driving next to Max. But currently, we've obviously had Christian Horner was the team principal and CEO in July. He was steadying the ship since the dawn of Red Bull in F1. That's changed hands over to Lauren Mekies. And there's speculation around whether Isaac Hadjar could end up replacing Yuki Tsunoda. However, Lauren Mekies has declared that he will support Yuki Tsunoda through his on-track challenges, which suggests maybe there is a vote in Lauren's idea that he wants to keep Tsunoda where he is. There are various scenarios being considered for that illustrious second seat within Red Bull. And there's also their future talent pipeline, which is Avrid Lindblad. We've mentioned him before on the podcast. He's the 17-year-old Red Bull junior and is seen as an F1 caliber talent within the team. And his performances have impressed the Milton Keynes squad immensely, which represents a long-term option for the future. Even though they've got Max confirmed, he'll be there in 2026. But we still don't know. My question to both of you is, if you had the choice, what would you do if you were Lauren Mekies and the rest of Red Bull with your unconfirmed seats?
I would keep it the exact same. I wouldn't change anything. And I did actually see that Isaac was interviewed on one of the days prior to qualifying.
Yep.
And, was asked, there's lots of rumours that, you're going to Red Bull next year and blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, I haven't signed anything. So I'm hoping he continues to not sign anything.
Yeah.
And just stays where he damn is.
Yeah, I think that would be so detrimental to his career to go into Red Bull next year if they focus more on driver switches rather than actually focusing on making Red Bull more of a drivable car. I mean, with Tsunoda, obviously he's been named prick on our podcast many times. His reputation's kind of gone downhill because he hasn't been scoring that many points for Red Bull.
Yep.
He's not a bad driver because his performance in Racing Bulls was good. So it's just the reputation that's gone down. And I think it's going to be the same with Hadjar. If he moves to Red Bull next year and he ends up having really poor performance, then I think his reputation is going to go downhill. And he's doing so amazingly right now. He's won a podium already. He's consistently scored points for the Racing Bulls team. I think he just needs to keep practicing and keep strengthening his talent in Racing Bulls. And then for Red Bull to keep Tsunoda, despite his not so great performance this year, and just focus on the car. Focus on making the car better. Invest your time and your money into that. And that way you can then think of potentially not only winning a driver's championship, that you also might be winning a constructors.
Yeah, they need a culture change and not a driver change.
Yeah.
Can I pop your proverbial balloon on this one? Well-informed sources at Red Bull Motorsport advisor Helmut Marko has already informed Hadjar that he will be in the senior team next year, although other sources have indicated that conversations are ongoing and agreement has yet to be signed. Hajar's potential promotion has led to questions about whether Red Bull should give him a few races late this season just to adjust to the team pre-2026.
Let the boy live.
Just to bring it back to Harry Potter, if this happens, he will be the boy who lived, come to die.
Literally.
I don't have it in me to call him a prick.
I don't either. I actually don't either, and I just won't do it. Just fucking stop me.
Just don't do it. Leave him be.
Yeah, I mean, there is still a lot of speculation, but I thought with the fantastic performances of literally all three of them this weekend, that it was something worth mentioning.
Four.
All four. Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry.
Max did win.
Sorry. No, but Max's performances are always, fantastic. So, winning a race is kind of, the caliber that he is able to do. But yes, all four of the Red Bull drivers this weekend have done fantastically results-wise, which will make it a lot harder of a decision when it comes to actually signing up these drivers. But as always, we'll keep you posted as this weird, strange journey continues. But the one thing I've learned is that if an article says sources say this, a few weeks or months later, it'll happen. We had a talking point about Christian Horner. It was like, after this race, if it doesn't improve, he's going to get sacked. Then it all went quiet. And then out of nowhere, he got sacked.
Yeah, that's true.
So starts as a whisper, turns to fact.
Yeah. What about in Mercedes? Any updates about Russell or Antonelli's contract?
None as of yet. The only thing that we can talk about is that George Russell sounded like he was Darth Vader when he was on the radio, because he wasn't very well.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Well, he did well considering he was poorly.
He did, I know.
very well.
At full capacity.
I'm
let's watch
very
it.
dramatic when I'm poorly.
We know.
Uh-huh.
We know.
But I mean, both him and Antonelli did well this weekend.
Very true. But I also think that car is still very temperamental. I just think that, again, it was a bit cooler, and he loved the harder tyre compound, which was the hardest of all the compounds he could have gone for. And I think that car does better on a harder compound because it doesn't do great on its tyres. So it kind of made sense for him to do so well. However, you can have the perfect conditions, but if you make a mistake or you're not able to nail the pace, then, your weekend turns out very differently. So fantastically executed from both George and Kimi. And also, Kimi managed to finish in P4. So Toto Wolff can definitely not say that was an underwhelming performance. It was fantastic from him. And very close to getting a 2-3 finish for Mercedes, which realistically, their performance of late hasn't been something podium worthy, but a little pep in the step, I reckon, for those two. So that was fantastic to watch.
Should we talk about what all of this means in the championship?
Yes.
So, after this race, of course, as we mentioned earlier, Piastri is now only 25 points ahead of Norris. Max has managed to cling on to his P3 in the championship and is only 44 points behind Lando. George has remained where he is and is 43 points behind Max. Leclerc and Lewis have also remained put. However, there has been a switcheroo for P7 in the championship.
Ooh.
Just a few days ago, it was Alex Albon who was occupying P7 in the championship. However, he did not get any points this race and has therefore been overtaken by Kimi Antonelli.
Kimi Antonelli!
I was giving you a chance to guess, but you stayed quiet. Now, Kimi Antonelli is 8 points ahead of Alex Albon.
Ooh.
Isaac Hadjar has managed to extend his lead on Hülkenberg by 1 point, so he's now 2 points ahead of him.
Nice.
And then we have Lance Stroll, who's remained in P11 on 32 points, and climbing up from 17th all the way to 12th in the championship standings, we have none other than...
My man's.
Your man's, Carlos Sainz. He went from 16 points to 31. And he's now only 1 point behind Stroll for P11.
Damn.
Which is really quite impressive.
And the season is still going.
Yeah.
We've still got 7 more races until the end of this season, and a lot can change with that order. And if Sainz continues how he did this weekend, I think he could probably see himself quite easily moving up the ranks to maybe P10.
Lawson's also moved up a few places. He was on 20 points after Monza, and he's now on 30 points.
Damn.
Joint with Alonso for that P13, P14 position. Yuki Tsunoda has also climbed up. He's no longer 19th in the standings.
Good.
He is now 17th. On equal points with Pierre Gasly, who hasn't scored a point since Silverstone.
Now all the Alpines are together right at the bottom.
No, so you've got Ocon in 15 in his Haas, Pierre in his Alpine in 16, then Yuki in his Red Bull in 17, Bortoletto in his Kick Sauber in 18, Ollie Behrman in his Haas in 19, and then Jack and Colapinto are still on 0 down at the bottom.
Not great.
No. There's also been a little bit of movement in the constructor standings.
Ooh.
Let us guess what team has moved down and what team has moved up.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then.
Ferrari
Yeah.
have obviously moved down.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
There
have.
we go.
Ferrari are no longer P2 in the Constructors' Championship. They have fallen below Mercedes and are 4 points behind them now.
Again, season is long. That is not a big deficit.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is the deficit I want to see between Oscar and Lando in the drivers' standings, but alas, that's not how life works.
Red Bull are still in 4th,
Mhm.
but they are only 14 points behind Ferrari now.
Ooh.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Oh, Ferrari.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, I can barely watch it. That's not going to be good for their souls.
Williams have broken into the 100 points.
Come on, Williams!
They're now on 101 points. Granted, they are 171 points behind Red Bull, but I think that has cemented their
So
position in
great.
P5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Little Dalmatian score.
Mm.
Below them, we have Racing Bulls, who have leaped up from 7th to 6th.
Wow, very good.
So they are now on 72 points. Aston Martin are now down in 7th place on 62 points. We then have Sauber on 55, Haas on 44, and Alpine still on 20.
They need to be getting a coffee machine in Adrian Newey's office, I reckon, because
Yep.
the fact the team is on 62 points and in P7, they're going to want to really turn that around for next year. So he's not getting any annual leave. Any at all.
Nope.
He's going to be working weekends. He's going to be doing overnight shifts.
No personal life.
Absolutely
whatsoever.
not.
No.
He's not going to see his wife
Nope.
or anything. So
No.
yeah, just the inside walls of that little office.
Yeah.
Right, ladies, are you in the mood for a little game?
Oh,
Yeah.
we've gone from Harry Potter to Saw. Okay.
No, we haven't. We're staying with Harry Potter. Thank you.
Oh.
We've made it to that mystical part of our show where brave competitors face a fiery challenge and put their F1 knowledge to the ultimate test. As we know, the path to greatness in F1, much like in the wizarding world, requires precision, a cunning edge, and a deep understanding of the forbidden arts, or, in this case, the art of reverse engineering.
Oh.
Before us sits a rather fetching bowl, or our very own goblet of fire.
Oh.
Within it lies the secrets of the F1 world, from legendary racing circuits to F1 drivers to F1 garments. One of our competitors will be chosen to step forward and reveal a clue. And from there, the other two must use their wits to piece together the truth.
Oh, nearly.
But beware, for a single vague clue can lead you down a treacherous path of misdirection. Your knowledge will be stripped away clue by clue, so you must be quick and precise if you hope to claim the glory of victory and the points that come with it. So, who will be the champion of our little Triwism tournament today? Let's find out. I will reveal the rules. Reverse engineering. The rules. Brackets. The 5-clue edition. The guessers must identify the secret F1 related subject that is written on the piece of paper that the person saying the clues has
it's not
picked
a
up.
driver, it's just anything F1 related.
There is a mixture of things.
Okay.
There is a mixture of drivers, team principals, circuits, and garments that they may wear, as well as parts on a car.
Scared.
So.
The key is in the clues. They will start impossibly vague and they will get more specific with each round.
Okay.
Okay?
So are we making up the clues ourselves?
Yes.
So we have to stick to that.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to make the first clue that you give must be intentionally vague. Okay?
Right. Okay.
So you start with clue 1, and this will be for the true F1 savants and mind readers amongst us. A correct guess will earn you 5 points. So if you are able to make a very vague guess and someone is able to get it, they get 5 points.
Got
Yes?
you.
Okay.
The next round it will be that I give another clue that's a little less vague, and I give one clue and you guys get one guess each, and that'll be for 4 points. 3, 2, and 1. And they get more specific, and you add on you piece it together as you go. The final answer, if no one guesses it correctly after clue 5, then the host will reveal the subject and no points are awarded.
Okay.
However, each guesser only gets one attempt after each clue is read. No shouting or multiple answers,
Ooh.
or a buckwheat. No, what is it called?
Buckwheat.
or buckbeak will peck at you, which means I will pinch you.
Oh.
And there will be a pit stop rule. So you have to build a little pause so that you guys can have a little think before you then reveal your clues.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Get that? Cool. Who would like to go first? Hello, everybody in the room.
Me, I'll go first.
That a girl. Please reveal your first clue when you're ready.
Oh gosh.
But make it intentionally vague, remember?
Okay. There's a book about this.
Jesus.
Is your guess Jesus?
No, it was a joke. It was obviously a
about
joke.
Jesus.
It was obviously a joke. but
Okay,
you
but
just
there is a
did-
book about Jesus, so
She's
please
put in
be
her guess.
specific.
That's it. That's your round.
That's not my guess. It
Okay.
was, I just wanted to make you laugh.
There's so many F1 books.
And you've read none.
Yeah.
There's a book about this.
Nicky Lauder.
There's so many books.
Just think of any.
Lewis Hamilton.
Both incorrect.
Oh.
Marketing genius.
Bernie Eccleston.
Yeah, Bernie Eccleston.
No. Co-founded JMI, Just Marketing International.
Toto Wolff.
Is this about the diamond heist?
Have you said that before?
I don't know. It was a marketing move.
No, she's not wrong.
Okay, fair enough.
Is that your guess, the diamond heist?
Yeah.
Both wrong. So now I've got 2 more clues, right?
Yeah.
So they should be getting easier here now,
Yeah.
yeah. American businessman.
What? American businessman? Gene Haas.
Oh, I don't know. Lewis Hamilton.
He is British, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Still no points. And became CEO in 2018.
CEO?
Zach Brown.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Am I?
What's your guess?
Zach Brown.
Yes.
Oh my god, I get the point!
So do I.
No, I said it first.
But I still guessed it, that was correct.
No, I said it first. I get the point, you get 0.
Fine.
Well done, Reem.
Thank you.
Good
yeah,
work.
Zach Brown's just released a book,
Oh.
literally in the last couple of weeks.
Why is he a marketing genius?
He started off as an American businessman, specifically in motorsport marketing.
Ah, did not know that.
That's why McLaren's big thing for the last few years has been like sponsorship.
Yeah,
Okay.
damn. You finally switched on to car management, huh? Interesting. Reem, your turn. Oh, I'm excited for this so bad.
He's an old white man.
Touche.
God, there's not many of those in this sport.
No.
Oh, see, this isn't fair because you know what you've written on the paper.
Barely. Helmut Marko.
No.
Stefano Domenicali.
No. Moving on.
She's so smug.
He's had a short-lived karting career.
Adrian Newey.
Adrian Newey.
No.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, man.
Last time she said no so quickly to you.
I figured it might give it away.
Damn.
He's very loved by the Italian fans.
It wasn't Stefano Domenicali.
Fred Vasseur.
Yeah, Fred Vasseur.
Yeah.
We both get 3 points.
Yes!
Nice. Well, technically you guessed first.
I promise on my life I was going to say Fred Vasseur.
Okay.
Because I said, well, if it's not Stefano Domenicali, I was then going to say it.
Fair.
Right.
My turn. Moves.
That's too vague.
Moves.
Yeah.
Okay. Moves.
An F1 car.
No.
Tyres.
No. Moves sometimes.
DRS.
No.
Move sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh. Is it an object?
Sorry.
You don't get to
Is
ask
that your
questions,
guess?
you get to say guesses.
Okay, move sometimes. Karting car.
Incorrect. On to my third clue. Moves sometimes when needed.
Flags.
No.
Safety car.
Yes.
Yes!
3 points.
Oh.
Moves.
An F1 car.
Gabriele Bortoletto.
No.
All right. Worth a try.
Wins.
Max Verstappen.
Oscar Piastri.
No.
Fuck. I thought I got it there.
Loses.
You actually said it. I added to my sentences.
Also loses.
Okay, fair enough. Red Bull.
An F1 driver.
No.
Hit me with another one then.
Legacy.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton.
No.
For fuck's sake. Your stupid little smug smile made me say Lewis Hamilton.
Michael.
Schumacher.
It's not that kind of game.
Michael Schumacher.
Mercedes.
No. That's 5, right?
Yeah.
So no points awarded.
Well, Reem hasn't guessed.
She did. She said Michael Schumacher.
Is that yes.
It's Ferrari.
Oh. That should have been easy. For you, at least.
Hey!
And I'd like to think it did get more obvious because I said losing after I said winning.
Yeah, that's fair. Damn.
My turn. Has a nice house.
That's a nice house.
Okay, if we really reverse engineer this,
Yeah.
it's someone that has a nice house that Reem knows about.
Yeah. Toto Wolff.
Shit. Yeah.
Toto Wolff?
You don't get it.
Okay, that's rude. That was literally my fucking... Okay. 5 fucking points.
Yeah, baby.
Fuck's sake. Can you pass me the ball, please? Legendary.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton.
Wrong. Legendary luxury.
Aston Martin.
Oh, fuck. No.
Aston Martin?
No.
Do I get 4 points?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm losing at my own game.
So we've had 2 rounds each. Do you want to do another one?
It's up to you. You have 12 points.
Oh.
I have 1, 2, 3 points. Reem has 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
I think we just end the game.
Okay.
Hey, I won! She's won.
Man, that didn't go how I wanted it to.
Oh.
Not only was the gameplay really slow, also I didn't win. And I wrote out loads of cards that now have to be recycled for no point. That was really unsatisfying.
Why don't we keep them? I'll pack them away and we'll keep them and play next race.
Yeah.
Why don't you pick something out of the bowl and you have to impersonate someone for the final lightning round?
Okay, fine.
Why don't for the final round? Okay, the final round can get
20 points.
20 points.
No! What the fuck?
Hey. The final round can get 20 points. We each get 30 seconds to go through as many of them and do an impression of each person or thing.
No, I say it's worth 20 points.
Uh-huh.
You get 1 guess in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Mid-level. Don't make it too vague.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Whoever guesses it first gets the points.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Good luck. Hello?
Good luck.
Thank you. Common decency.
We're going to go bankrupt.
Good the Steiner.
Isn't that? You smiled.
You've got to guess.
Aston Martin.
Franco Colapinto talking about his fans and the merch.
Oh.
I was so confident. I don't know why I thought it was good the Steiner. He's always talking about going rogue.
Team where a driver has had their first podium in F1.
Racing Bulls.
McLaren.
Sorry, I meant this season.
For fuck's sake.
So neither of you got it right.
The worst clue I've ever heard in my life.
Team.
Kick Sauber.
Yeah, but then no, let me read you that one
Because that could have been anyone as well. That could have like.
Let me read you that one.
I don't think you see the severity of how bad that clue was.
I'm gonna make this so obvious, so it's up to who says it first.
Okay, let me adjust. I need to sit closer for some reason.
3, 2, 1. My man's.
Sainz!
I said that first.
But I shouted it louder.
I said that first.
I said that
at the
first.
same time.
No, I said that
at
first.
the exact same time.
I can get the sound waves of this. And
It was at
prove.
the exact same
I
time.
said it first.
I said it first.
So
You know what, actually, Reem? I actually agree with you. I think we said it at the same time.
I think both of you get the points, and then the breaker is going to be if you end up getting the points for the next one or
Okay,
not.
fine.
Okay, what were you on? 12 points. Okay, you're now on 32 points. I am now on 33 points. Reem is on 4.
Hey, I might get points now.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm on 23 points. Right?
Yeah.
So Neville's either way.
No, because. Oh, yeah.
Just make it 33.
No,
You're
no,
on
no,
33
no,
points. You're
because
on
we can still
33
see who
points.
comes in second out of you two.
Yeah, that's true.
Yay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hard ball.
What?
It's meant to be mid-level.
Yeah.
Hard ball? Is it Christian Horner?
It's not Christian Horner.
Hard ball.
Can you put another clue? Proper one.
Okay.
Do I still get to guess?
Sure.
It's meant to be like mid-level, not
I know,
vague.
but you don't know what it is, so I have to be relative. I have to do what I'm doing. So just believe me. Heavily designed, colourful ball.
Heavily designed colourful ball. A heavily designed colourful ball? What colourful balls are there in F1?
No.
Do you want me to give you another, maybe mid-level clue?
It's meant to be a mid-level clue. Heavily designed colourful ball.
Okay, now let us settle down. Don't worry, I'm here for the rescue. Drivers love being inside this.
Helmet.
Yes.
That's not a ball.
Well, it is. It's round.
It's not a ball. It doesn't have a certain, like, a bottom.
Well, I won.
It does, because it can sit upright.
Balls can't.
Oh, yeah. Come on, I had driver's helmet. I could, actually, pause. But I couldn't say heads go in this. Like, it's too obvious.
Right.
Protects drivers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better. That's actually so much better.
What are the final points?
Nav got 62 points somehow. I got 23 and Reem
So I
got
was at
4.
0.62.
Well, actually, we've actually got the 10th decider, and it's a devastating blow. Nav has 6.2.
No, I do not.
And I have 23, so I've won.
No, but I think the main headline here is Reem came out of that with 4 points.
Hey! It's because I made the second one easy. So really, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for my win.
You're welcome.
Hi, engineer.
Reem's recap.
Oh, gosh, you're a bit cocky nowadays, aren't you?
4 points, and she's all like,
Okay, we enter Reem's recap after a rather demoralising game where Nav has won by disgusting. You're basically McLaren in this.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm Alpine.
You are 100% Alpine.
and you're Williams.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm that high. I think I'm Aston Martin. Just underperforming and no one cares. Okay, Reem's recap. Oscar Piastri binned it like a moron.
No. Oscar Piastri's colourful ball protected him as he went into the barrier.
Highly designed.
Oscar Piastri, the star of McLaren, the person who's made no mistakes this season, finally makes a mistake and crashes out on lap 2 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Lap 1 of the Azerbaijan.
He made a mistake
Grand
in Australia.
Prix.
He made a mistake with qualifying the day before.
Oscar Piastri crashes out at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Izzy's recap. Reem nearly crashes out after getting it wrong about how Oscar Piastri crashes out.
Lando Norris failed to close the gap significantly in the driver's standings.
Lando Norris, the second McLaren driver, fucks it at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix because he had a perfect opportunity to close the gap between him and Piastri, and instead he has one of the most poor performances he's had all season. Boo.
Oh. Redemption dust sprinkles all over Kimi Antonelli.
So Kimi Antonelli, after several races of poor performance, finally achieves P4 at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which might give him a contract in the next few weeks to let him stay in Mercedes. Maybe. Still up in the clouds.
Up in the clouds, not up in the air. It's really travelled high to the clouds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carlos Sainz gets his first podium with Williams in 2025, finishing in P3.
My man's Carlos Sainz has his best performance in the 2025 season, getting his first podium. And he had a brilliant race, and please call me.
Oh. God, it's giving desperate. The Ferraris languished down in 8th and 9th.
Ferrari, the moral of the story is for Ferrari, this race is keep lowering your expectations because they will keep disappointing you. And if you lower your expectations, you won't be disappointed anymore. And also, they need to fund therapy for their fans because they pay a lot of money.
Mm.
Max Verstappen gets another Grand Slam.
Max Verstappen is the only... No, to be fair, Yuki Tsunoda had a great race. Max Verstappen has an amazing race with Red Bull for the second race in a row, and he wins it, and he is slowly climbing up that Drivers' Championship and might potentially be competing with Piastri and Lando Norris. So good for Verstappen.
Nav wins disgustingly in the reverse engineering game.
And that's the end of Reams Recap.
You salty queen!
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You're like a bag of KP nuts. Okay, on to the Grand Prix podium. From the land of fire, who rose up like a phoenix from the ashes and who burnt all the way right down? And who sort of flew in the middle? Sorry, I didn't say the middle one. There you go.
Shall we start with Prick, whose race was forgettable, awful,
underwhelming.
Yeah.
Just what you about to say disgusting?
I was going to say distasteful.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Lando Norris.
Piastri. Oh. He at least got points.
Yeah, but still poor performance.
Actually, what the fuck am I saying? It's obviously Oscar Piastri.
Nah.
Sorry, what am I saying?
Oscar crashed in qualifying, gave his mechanics lots of work to do to repair his car, then also crashed in the race after not even one full lap, giving again...
And had a false start.
And
went
had a
to the back
false
of the
start,
grid.
exactly.
Yes,
He was out by turn 5.
Okay,
Yeah. Turn 5 is
Piastri-
crazy.
Piastri wasn't great this race, I agree. And he would be my second choice for Prick. But
Sorry, he wasn't great this race. He wasn't part of this race.
but I think Lando Norris just fucked it up even more because with him it was just poor performance overall.
Heavily disagree. Managed to stay in the race. Yes, he didn't storm up the field, but he still scored points, didn't bin it after turn 5, lap 1.
Oscar Piastri started in the top 10, had a false start, tumbled all the way back to last, and then put his car in a wall.
Whilst trying to overtake a much slower car.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from.
So we're settling on Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And whose race was grand? 3, 2, 1. Yuki Tsunoda.
Why'd you not say a name?
It was between two people.
Did you forget Russell again?
Yeah.
Are you going to say Russell?
I was thinking, I swear I wanted to put someone there and I forgot to.
Even though you said a love letter saying, sorry, I keep forgetting you.
No, but Yuki Tsunoda's a great shout. I should have gone with Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda!
Just for people listening, if you think she's putting this on, this is just Reem off pod.
Right, justify it.
George Russell, because, I mean...
No, justify Yuki Tsunoda!
At least I remembered him this time. In the wrong place, but you know. Yuki Tsunoda because, I mean, he had a great qualifying and then he had a great race and he maintained his position and then he ended up finishing in P6. And comparing this performance to previous performances of him with Red Bull for the past races, this is amazing for Tsunoda. For Tsunoda, this is basically him winning this race.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he deserves grand.
Yeah. The last time he got a decent haul of points would have been Miami, where he got
4 points, and that was because it was a sprint.
Yeah.
So, because he finished 10th there. So the fact that he was able to finish 6th and get 8 points to his name, it's small steps, baby steps. Obviously, I think Yuki Tsunoda's had a difficult time of it. Although it's very easy to point fingers at the person in that second seat, we also know that this is a proven difficult seat to make work for anyone's career, with a tricky car that even Max Verstappen has been complaining about. And on top of that, he's had a change in leadership. He's had to take on a completely new team principal. Then he's had a team principal he knows, still in a new team. And I think that whatever they seem to have been doing in the background is working. And I think Yuki's done fantastically.
Yeah.
Really, really happy for him.
And moving on to Grand Prix, whose performance this race was as good as our podcast.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
Carlos
Sainz!
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my man, so I said Hermans.
My man!
Hermans.
All right, Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Reem, I'll let you give another love letter to him. Go on.
Dear Carlos Sainz.
No, just say it. No.
I mean, yes, qualifying it's great that he ended up banking a lap and it was obviously like weird circumstances that ended up causing a red flag and not everyone else was able to put it in time. But I think what was most impressive about his performance this weekend is him being able to maintain that position for the actual race. I thought him and Lawson were going to be overtaken within lap 2 or 3. I really didn't think they were going to stay in their positions. And for Sainz to only go down one place is extremely impressive. And it's a great win for Williams, great win for Sainz. And I think he deserves Grand Prix.
He got ripped away from Ferrari and he was fully loyal and was committed to that team, and it got taken away from him out of nothing of his own doing.
Yeah.
He was very upset and very hurt. He came to understand that it was Lewis Hamilton and that someone of that caliber, teams will always be after someone of that sort of level. But he drove the life out of that car all season. He was a delight to watch, and you sort of felt that he was leaving the level that he deserved to be and was having to settle for something less, which was quite hard to watch. And he's had a difficult time at Williams. It hasn't been all smooth sailing. And he's got someone like Alex Albon. I think a lot of people going into this season were thinking that Carlos would end up taking over and being the number one driver, and we haven't seen that. Carlos has struggled to get up to terms with the car and the setup in the team, but to see him run off and jump into all of his team of engineers and see James Vowles taking photos and selfies with all the team as they watched on as their driver stood on the podium. I thought it was really wholesome.
Yeah.
And you saw his cousin was standing there. He's been there from the start of it.
It's his manager.
His manager, exactly. He's there every single race, has seen him in a lot of different teams and a lot of different circumstances, and I'm sure celebrates him on days like this and commiserates him on days where they don't go great. I think he's a really nice guy. He comes across really well. He's got a lovely way about him, and he's a great driver, and I'm really glad that he gets to this season, although it's been quite predictable at places. We've had some amazing podium moments. We've had Nico Hulkenberg getting his, we've had Isaac Hadjar getting his, and now we've had Sainz, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
So there you go. Lewis, maybe another day.
Well, there you have it. That is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix done and dusted. And next week, there is no race. So you guys, your ears will be treated to yet another deep dive episode. Do we know what it's going to be? No.
Absolutely fucking no, we don't.
You'll find out on Tuesday when you check our social posts, and hopefully we will have come up with an idea to tease it.
And as soon as we finish this podcast, we need to have a conversation.
Thank you very, very much for listening. Please follow us on socials. We're on X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Do you know why they should do that?
Why?
Because we're the finalists for an Independent Podcast Award.
Yes.
For 2025.
Yeah. Also, Netflix. About this whole Drive to Survive deal, we're getting noticed elsewhere, and if you don't hurry up and send over the contracts, then someone else might want us to start doing a bit of commentary.
And what we could do Drive to Survive Gogglebox, where we watch Drive to Survive and they film us, and it's actually the making of how we made Drive to Survive Gogglebox, similar to the series Drive to Survive, where they watch how people got into F1. I think the Drive to Survive-ception, I think I could work.
Yeah, Netflix. Our email address is grandprixpodcast@gmail.com.
And don't block it, because we'll just keep making new ones.
Yeah. So I will be waiting for the contract.
Boom.
And to all the listeners, please follow, share, subscribe this podcast.
And don't email us.
Unless you're saying nice things.
Yeah, if you're going to say nice things, then please do email us too. Yeah. And maybe just, start spamming Netflix's comment sections
Yeah.
with our app so that they can notice us.
Yes.